welcome to another episode of Channel Control, the brand new Channel Control that you've seen before. Exactly.
Another? Ain't this debut?
This was a segment on SNS Live, but SNS Live has grown so much that every time I wanted to do this segment, it always got pushed because of other news. So now it's going to be its own thing. And joining me today is BC.
How you doing?
Oh, God.
Y'all know how to hit me up at Real Jackass BC, RealJackassBC.
That goes to the end.
It goes all the time.
Yeah.
All the social medias, all the time.
All the time. Okay, you do you, boo-boo. All right. Matt was supposed to be here, but he
saving cats.
Had a little accident. Well, he didn't have an accident. He saw a little kitten that was hurt in the road. So, being the good guy he is, he decided he was going to take little Garfield to a pet hospital and have it checked out. So, Matt's an awesome guy.
Ain't nobody even like cats, man. Cats are evil as hell.
They are.
You ever seen that episode of American Dad where, oh God, what's the kid's name? What's the son's name?
No, I don't even remember.
He sees his cat get hit by a car, and so he goes to try and save the cat, and the cat attacks him. And so the whole episode long, like the cat keeps coming back, and he keeps going, "Oh, you're still hurt. I'm so," and then it attacks him again. The funniest shit. I can just see that happening to Matt. He's driving the cat to the hospital, all of a sudden he jumps out of the seat and just
and then Matt will have an accident. We'll be seeing Matt again on SNS Live, and he'll probably do another episode of this. So let's go to our news and castings and promos and all that stuff like that. And let's start off with the Walking Dead finale. Or let's just talk about the Walking Dead period.
That's a show.
You haven't watched it.
I have not seen any of The Walking Dead.
Why not?
I know the majority of it because I watch so many different podcasts and stuff that I so many people talk about it. But my thing about The Walking Dead is when it started, I was so over zombies. And I'm still over zombies.
Really?
So that I was just, it was just over. Everything was zombie this. It was like vampires or zombies, one of the two. Mm-hmm. And I was just over the both of them. And so I was like, well, I'm not watching that crap. And now, at this point now, what I get from most people is most people like to hate watch The Walking Dead. Like, they want to watch it so they can talk shit about it.
Really?
I get so many people that all they do is, I hate this show so... I'm like, why do you watch it? It's just so stupid, I have to.
I have never gotten that, but I don't hang around with hateful people. I'm hateful enough.
Well, see, I'm a jackass. It pisses everyone around me is just angrier when they're near me. So
okay, well, this last season, season 7, they introduced finally Negan, and a bunch of people got pissed off because Glenn got his head caved in.
Point proven. Bunch of people pissed off. There you go. See,
but if you read the comic books, that's what happens. Pretty much exactly the way well, not exactly, but close enough. Glenn gets his head caved in. They show in the comic the eyeball bulging out and all that, just like TV. And apparently, beginning this season, a lot of people didn't like that. People who watched the show for 6 years, watching people get torn apart, eaten, shot, stabbed, all kinds of things. But hey, we like Glenn, and Glenn got his head caved in, so we don't want to watch this show no more.
Have you seen the United memes? That has Negan walking down the aisle.
Yes.
And then it points, and instead of the actual guy there, it has Glenn.
It says Glenn on the laptop. Oh, yeah.
That cracks me up. Yeah.
People are horrible.
I've also been told that Negan has really been a much pickup to the show. People have really liked that they brought him in, and what's the damn actor's name?
They got to place him?
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, they said that he is just incredible in the role.
Yeah, well, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is usually great in almost the most of the stuff that I've seen him in. Of course, a lot of the shows, TV shows, and things that he's been in, he dies. He's pretty much the American Sean Bean. Sean Bean dies in everything, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan dies in almost everything he's in. I mean, he was in Weeds. He started out dead. He was already gone. All you saw was a picture of him. And, of course, he played Sam and Dean's father in Supernatural. But, yeah, Negan was a big pickup for the show. The show was kind of, I won't say floundering, but after the whole thing with the governor was done, people wanted him to hurry up and get to Negan, because everyone wanted to see Negan. And once he came in, split Glenn's head open. Anyone who was a real fan was like, yes, hallelujah, thank you. Of course, in that same episode, he killed Abraham, who had died long before in the comics. So for me, it wasn't a big issue.
Yeah.
Killing those two people at that time. But yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, he's awesome. I like him. He was great on the show. But they kind of barely had him on the show.
Yeah.
They dealt with a whole lot of other things as far as the New Kingdom with Ezekiel and his tiger, those people,
Okay.
Carol leaving, things with Rick, and it just everyone else was just split up. It was just everything was all over the place. It finally came together at the very end of the season, but it still wasn't great to me. This whole season was kind of like it was just a tease.
See, and that's what I get out of it when I listen to people talk about it. They're like, it just isn't doing what it should be doing. It tries to be Game of Thrones without putting in the work to be Game of Thrones. And that's what I get from most people who watch it, which is why I've always been like, yeah, I'm not really that interested in it. So
okay, well, yeah, I mean, Game of Thrones. Walking Dead. If you want to keep going, yeah, I mean, I've already invested the years into it, so I'm going to keep watching it.
At that point, you're just like, I've already watched it. And I know it's not even that long, but Gotham, I've been watching it since it started. And even though I sit there and I say, this is some of the most awful television I've ever watched, I continue to watch it.
You keep watching it.
Because I'm like, well, I started it, I got to finish the damn thing.
Yeah, that's what I did with Smallville. I started watching it, and at season 5 or 6... is where it completely went to shit. I mean, it wasn't great.
Season 5 is garbage.
But season 5 was...
That's the one that, like, every episode is a gimmick episode.
Pretty much.
Oh, my God, that was bad.
And I just kept watching it.
Yeah.
Because I had watched it so far. But it wasn't to watch it. I turn it on, and I do other shit. It was just on.
I watched season 1, and then they went to break, and I never got back to season 2. And so by the time the Justice League came around to Smallville, I was seeing promos for it. I was like, man, I really wish I could watch that. But I don't want to. And this was well before you could stream stuff, you know? Yeah. And so I waited till it was over, and then I just went and bought the entire series and watched the whole thing. So, and I always tell people who just start watching Smallville or catching up, I'm just like, man, season 5's rough. Be careful. And then I got mad because when Arrow started, I was like, no, this is stupid. Because that's not my Green Arrow. My Green Arrow is Justin Hartley from Smallville. He's the only Green Arrow.
He's the one for me.
That's right. And so the first episode of Green Arrow, or of Arrow, I'm like, this is stupid. This is terrible. Episode 2, I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to give it 3 episodes because that's my rule. Give everything 3 episodes, and then I'm done. And then the 3rd episode, I'm like, this is stupid. Maybe I'll watch one more. That was cool, but this is the best show ever. Damn.
Okay, so let's move on. He was talking about superheroes, so we're going to move into another superhero group. This one is a bit old, but the Defenders.
Yeah.
Finally, going to be here.
Well, I mean, everyone we're going to talk about a teaser, right?
Yeah, we're going to talk about a teaser.
I was like, did you see a teaser? And it was so cool. I'm like, yeah, man. They're in an elevator.
Then Jessica Jones turns around and sees the camera, walks up, jumps up, grabs it, static.
Okay.
That's basically it.
Can I get a real trailer? Did you see Jason's article on Cinelinx?
No, I didn't.
He's like, well, the floor, they're going to this floor, which means this from the comics. and the timestamp is this right here, and it means this. And I'm just like,
well,
damn, you look into that.
Well, there were two things that, I mean, the whole floor thing, I didn't even notice that one, but...
I might have been overdoing it.
The timestamp did give you the date that the series was supposed to premiere, which is August 18th.
There we go.
And the other code was a URL, and if you put that into your browser, you went to a special page they had made up just for the whole Defenders thing. It was a bunch of stories, one about from Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Daredevil, ad for Colleen Wing School, and a couple other things I can't remember right now. But yeah, that was basically the setup of this thing. I mean, it's simple. It's just, again, it's teaser stuff. It's just small little stuff that you're going to see right now. As far as when we're going to see an actual trailer for this, I don't know. I'm saying within 2 months, because they got to give us something by that time.
See, it's really interesting because, like, you look at, and you know, neither of them, like, you know, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, none of them, they don't wear their masks and stuff. Mm-hmm. But then you look at Daredevil in there, and he doesn't have his mask. He just looks like he has a T-shirt tied around his face.
Yeah.
So they're doing something where they're like, we got to conceal his identity, and that's interesting to mark. But,
well, the thing is, all the rest of them are really unknowns, and even if you know who they are, it's like, okay, big deal. This is this kid or this is whoever. But he's a freaking lawyer.
With the exception of Danny Rand.
Well, Danny Rand, yeah.
He's kind of a big deal.
So, yeah,
but
he isn't wearing the mask. But anyway, again, Iron Fist. We're not even gonna go into it. Let's give you some good news. That the Punisher has finally wrapped filming. So we can expect to see something from them soon. We already had a teaser poster. And if we're going by the schedule that Netflix Marvel shows go by, we should be seeing it sometime around September, October.
Yeah. Which would put Defenders in June, July?
No, August.
August?
Yeah. Remember what I said?
Oh, that's right. The date. The date. Okay.
Where she stops it.
Well, see, I mean, are they going to do it that quick? I bet they'd wait till the later half of November to drop Punisher if they're going to put Defenders in August. Because what was Iron Fist? Iron Fist was March. St. Patty's Day. So March, April, May, June, July, August. That's 5 months between Iron Fist and Defenders. So you're going to want to put some space in between.
Yeah, remember, we've got Daredevil Season 3 coming up, which should be coming out sometime around the spring of next year.
Yeah.
At least I believe so. I don't know. I haven't checked out what the filming schedule is right now for that or where they're at.
Well, they haven't started filming that now. The only thing we know that I didn't even know they were filming is they just all right, we've started filming Jessica Jones Season 2. I was like, what? They're doing a Season 2? I didn't even know that was coming.
Yeah, they're going to continue all those shows because, like, hey, the funny thing is, these were all supposed to be one-shots.
Yeah.
It was going to be one season of this thing, and then they go into Defenders. It was not supposed to be repeating seasons, but I mean, Daredevil did good enough. They were like, fuck it, money.
Well, Daredevil is obviously the standout of all of them.
Yeah,
that is incredible.
I mean, I keep telling people that you measure all the other shows from Daredevil, but honestly, you have to right now.
Yeah, and that's the bar. Mm. They set the bar here, and they pushed it a little bit when they added Punisher. So, but we'll have to wait and see. I am excited for the Defenders, though.
Okay, so next thing we're talking about is, and I know BC probably has not watched this, is iZombie.
I hear such good things about it. I hear people tell me I should watch it. I'm just like, oh, zombies, God.
And see, it's not just a regular zombie TV show. It's actually a girl she was at a party. There was a zombie attack, and she became a zombie. But as long as she eats brains, she keeps her intellect, and she remains basically a regular human. Her hair, the hair turns white, and their skin kind of flushes out, whatever. They look really pale. But other than that, as long as they can eat brains, these zombies stay the same. And she went from working in the hospital to working in the morgue. And now she solves crimes.
Nah, there
And
you
that's
go.
basically what the show's about.
I've heard people say it's good. It's just when it came out, I was like, well,
Another fucking zombie
zombie
show.
show, and it's not connected to the other Arrow universe, the Arrow universe on there.
No, because
so I was just like, yeah.
Yeah, this show was a comic originally done by Image Comics. Arrow and all that other stuff is DC, so it's completely two different comic books, different world series and everything. But the show was actually good. Their first episode, one of her ex-boyfriend Major is also a zombie now, and they ate the brains of a 40-something-year-old businessman and her 15-year-old daughter. Okay. So think of BC being a 15-year-old girl, and like who do I want to say? Jennifer Lawrence as a 45-year-old banker who's trying to be cool with his daughter. And that's basically it. Major was so funny in this episode because it's like, God, you're ruining my life, Dad. So yeah, and imagine that kind of BC. So that's kind of like what it was.
All right.
The whole thing as far as zombies is the word is starting to get out, but they're trying to keep this under wraps because, once the regular humans find out that zombies are walking around them, it's going to be a bloodbath. So, yeah.
And I will say, the main girl's really hot.
Yeah, the main girl, Rose McIver, was actually a Power Ranger.
Really?
Yeah. Power Ranger RPM. I believe Jason had said she was the Yellow Ranger?
She ain't no Becky G.
Oh, God, this guy, this Becky G. Becky G is cute, though.
She be cute though, you know what I'm saying? Hey, no. Hey, y'all. Get me on the Twitter. Slide up into them DMs, you know what I'm saying?
Our next show up is a show that's coming is The Purge.
I like this.
I'm kind of on the fence about this one because how are you going to do this show?
I think it works because you can do it as it's kind of like a American Horror Story where every season follows a different night of the purge. You know what I'm saying? A different year or something. Mm. And like season 1 follows like one family. Season 2 you have a whole different cast of characters that you're following on a different purge night or something. And it really could be interesting because the way the films were going, the last film they did, I was not impressed by, which really makes me bad.
Election.
Yeah, because the second one, Anarchy, was so dope.
Yeah.
And I was really excited to continue with those characters, but they kind of dropped the ball on that one, I think. So bringing it to TV, I think, gives them a broader opportunity to tell a whole bunch of different types of stories.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it will be on. Actually, no, I don't think it's on Spike. They didn't say which channel it's going to be on. They're kind of shopping around. Actually, no, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. It's kind of they're doing a dual thing with Sci-Fi and USA. Where they say something like the show will be on both channels, which is
really
which is kind of odd to me. But first season, I believe they said would be 10 episodes, and it would be 10 hours of The Purge. Which I'm like, well, The Purge is 12 hours. Why not have do a 12 season, 12 season thing, and just do it kind of like it's almost 24 style, but within one city.
Yeah.
Don't jump around from city to city all over America showing different purges and stuff like that. But the thing is also, when does something like that get stale? I mean, you've already seen 3 movies with this.
Well, see, here's the thing. The reason they do 10 is because those extra 2 hours, that's like travel time. You know what I'm saying? So, like, within the whole night, you gotta, because I find it to be complete bullshit that Jack Bauer just gets all over the place in 1 hour.
Yeah, Jack Bauer can get from New York to California in like
that's
5
just
minutes.
it's just it's not. I don't buy it. I don't freaking buy it. So That's that. And I think that's why you have those extra 2 hours that aren't a part of the show. It's like, oh yeah, that was travel time, guys. So, got from one side of the city to the other.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Nothing happened in the travel time.
Again, I'm a little bit again on the fence about it because every season we're going to see a purge with this person and why they did it, and a purge on this season and why they did it, which is basically going to be something like the 7 deadly sins. Is one because I loved her and she didn't love me, or he left me, or I'm beautiful and I hate her guts, and whatever. You still don't know what the whole political stuff behind it. You touched on it a little bit in election year, but after that it's kind of like, You still need to know the background stuff.
And what's even more weird is they still have the 4th set to come out next year in theaters. So, I don't know. It's difficult. But we'll wait and see exactly where they go with it. So.
Okay. Next up was New Warriors.
I'm excited for New Warriors.
Another comic book that
Squirrel Girl
from Marvel is coming out, and the only character that they've mentioned so far is Squirrel Girl. And I honestly know jack about Squirrel Girl. I mean, what I saw on Wikipedia, what Jason's talked about, other people, just mentioning. But I really don't know the character at all. The New Warriors for me was Night Thrasher and those kids. And basically the ones who started the Civil War.
Yeah. But Squirrel Girl.
So yeah, you talk about this Squirrel Girl first.
Oh, I don't know a goddamn thing about it.
Okay,
except
yeah.
the fact that
Squirrel Girl.
That she has the powers of a squirrel and a girl. I know that she can constantly beat villains that are way above her pay grade.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, how do you do this?
Yeah, it's according to what Jason told about this character, she's beaten people like Doctor Doom, Galactus, just again, people like he said, way above her. And you see one page, the fight's about to start, you turn that page, the fight's over. And this villain is like, how the hell did you beat me? And that's it. And that's the only character we know so far. I know a couple months back or whatever, Anna Kendrick was saying she really wanted to play this character.
Now that it's going TV,
movie.
I don't know if they'll let her. I mean, if she'll be the go-to.
There are still people calling for or saying that they want Anna Kendrick to play this character. Because she's the only one that showed me really interest in it in the beginning. But again, she might want to do the movie because that would be more money.
Yeah, I would like to see Maisie Williams take it. She plays...
not going to happen.
I know.
She's busy for the next, 2 years?
Why?
Game of Thrones?
This is the last season.
No, it's not.
I thought this was the last season. Oh.
Yeah.
I thought someone said there's only 10 episodes left. Okay.
She's busy, bro.
They're splitting them up.
Well then her or the girl who plays I've heard the name said a lot. I haven't actually watched Stranger Things yet, but the girl who plays Barb, Shannon Purser, I believe her name.
Oh my god, everybody just wants Barb in a fucking show.
Yeah, they want her in everything apparently. And again, I have not seen Stranger Things yet, but that is the name that seems to come up the most. That is the most viable option for it. Unless you go with someone, and again, this is what, Freeform, right?
It's probably because, it's going to be on Freeform, which is, the show, the channel is basically for girls. It was ABC TV.
ABC, yeah,
but
family.
I believe they're targeting teen to young adult females.
Yeah.
I mean, with things like, what other shows do they have? Shadowhunters, Dead of Summer.
Well, that's the one that Cloak and Dagger is going to be on, too.
Yeah, Cloak and Dagger will be on there. And even that Cloak and Dagger will be kind of different from what you know in the comics because they're going for a kind of a love story.
Yeah.
So, we know that Cloak loves Dagger, but he understands, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They kind of just push past that whole thing as far as, they're just two heroes stuck together forever.
Okay.
Moving right along, another show that is going from movie to TV, Stephen King's The Mist.
Interesting.
This is another one I don't know why it's being done.
Because Because what was the one that really some movie hit TV and worked, and so then they were like, well, let's do all of them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, okay, I
all
never read
the movies.
I never read the story that he was written. I only saw the movie. So people are saying it's based off of the book rather than the movie.
Yeah.
And apparently there's a difference there.
Was the movie off from the book?
Yes.
Okay.
But they kind of summed up everything in the movie.
That's the one with Two-Face, right? Aaron Eckhart
no,
or
no,
Thomas Jane?
it was yeah.
Whatever, they're the
Thomas
same
Jane.
person.
You're the same fucking guy. To me.
White guy, Two-Face, Punisher, same person.
Stephen King is so hot right now.
As far as I see it, from going off of the movie, you're just going to have a 10 to 13 episode series. That's the movie stretched out. And then the next season, what are you going to do? Or you're just going to take this mist and stretch it out for however long you freaking can.
True. and the problem with that is, as we've learned from Lost, you gotta have some sort of end game that you're working to. Don't just start something and go, yeah, we'll figure it out later.
Mm-hmm. Even though it was J.J. Abrams, I say J.J. Abrams has about 3 seasons. After that, stop watching anything he does. Because it fucking falls apart. We're skipping that one, and we're going to Star Wars Forces of Destiny. Okay, this weekend we've had the Star Wars celebration in Orlando, and the first thing that they showed us was an animated series coming up this summer that seems to focus on all the female characters of the Star Wars universe. Now, BC is our resident and brand new Star Wars aficionado, so I'm going to let him take this one.
Since when?
It's pretty interesting to me. I like the idea behind it, but it took me a really long time to start watching. I just watched Clone Wars.
I still haven't watched. I watched one season.
I have started Rebels now. I'm just about to finish season 1. So I'm really behind on Star Wars animation. And I like the idea behind this. It's to kind of focus on the female characters and kind of give more light to them. But my problem with it is okay, we're going to get more stories that I would honestly rather just see on live action film. Like allegedly we're going to get an Ahsoka Tano story. Mm-hmm. I want an Ahsoka Tano movie. And I think this pushes the possibility of when we would get an Ahsoka Tano movie. This delays that possibility. So I don't know exactly how to feel about this. It's a 16-episode miniseries, and it's going to be online. I don't know how long the episodes are going to be. I don't know if they're just going to be like shorts or what. Mm-hmm. In a concept, I like the idea. But I'm going to have to wait before I give judgment on a little bit more information come out about it. Because we do know that like Daisy Ridley's coming back to voice Rey, mm-hmm. and Jen Erso is coming back to voice Jen Erso.
Jen Erso's coming back to voice.
I forgot her damn name, but she'll be back.
Yeah,
so,
Star Wars aficionado, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go.
I say he's brand new. I did say he's brand new.
So I mean, it is what it is. But I'm intrigued. We'll say that for right now. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, a Star Wars series that it looks good. I might watch it. Probably not, because again, I haven't watched Clone Wars. And I think I watched one episode of Rebels, and that's because I was at Jason's house and he had it on. That's about it. It's not that I don't like Star Wars, it's just that I don't watch that channel. And kind of channels I don't watch keep track of.
Scratch it. I see runtime. 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay. Well, let's move along.
Yeah. I think we talked about it longer than the episode this week.
We were going to talk about Doctor Who starting today. So you know what day this was filmed on. But Matt decided that he had to save a life. So now he's sitting over in the corner, and we're not going to talk about Doctor Who. Because the last time I watched Doctor Who, Matt Smith was on it.
Last time
I haven't watched Doctor Who since then.
Last time I watched Doctor Who, I said, who?
Shut
Because I
up.
don't watch it.
Shut up. I love how you're just gonna you're gonna punish these good people because I saved a life.
Hey, should have let it die. No.
Whoa, no.
It was a cat, I agree.
All right.
Cats are evil.
So we're done with all the newsy stuff that we could find for this week or last week. And let's move into DVDs coming out. And our first DVD is Silicon Valley Season 3.
Yes.
Came out this week. I did not watch Silicon Valley until I hung out with... Once Matt moved to his new apartment, his new home apartment, he showed me this show called Silicon Valley. And the first episode, I was like, yep, watching this. Because it ended off with these guys having a business deal conversation while these two horses in the background are fucking.
What
I mean,
channel is this on?
It's this HBO.
Okay.
I mean, these horses are going to town. And I'm like, okay, so I'm watching
Wait,
this
are
show.
you saying whores or horses?
Horses.
Horse.
Oh, it's not as entertaining.
A horse and a whore. Is that better for you?
It's a little more entertaining.
Yeah, so it's about this guy that creates this this application, a web app, and he's trying to get it out there in the market. And all these other people like, oh, that app's good, and we want to do this with it. And people trying to take his app and do whatever the hell they want with it. And you know, it's like what they're doing with Facebook, putting in all this other crap in that doesn't belong there. Just leave it the way it is. And he's kind of like, just leave it the way it is. Leave my app as this, and I can do this, and it compresses this, and yada yada. You know, technical stuff that I'm not going to go into.
Well, I don't know technical stuff about apps either, but I do know horses and whores. That might be in.
Okay, but yeah, if you want to collect the series, go for it. It's funny. It's by, oh God, what's the guy's name?
Mike Judge.
Mike Judge, guy who's
Ooh,
done
good
Beavis
call.
and Butthead,
Yes, King of the Hill.
King of the Hill, and all those
Favorite
shows.
one of his shows. I was so mad when they canceled King of the Hill.
Damn it, Bubba.
And move right along, we have Veep Season 5.
Nah.
I think I've watched 1 or 2 episodes, honestly. This one, I'm just letting you know that it's out there. Anyone who watches the show religiously will probably already know this. I hear it's funny. Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and she's cute.
Well, you gotta give her credit. She's Julie Louis-Dreyfus. Like,
Yeah. I mean, she is funny, but that just...
sitcom royalty.
I just really haven't got into watching this series on HBO, so... I mean, if you want it, get it.
Of course, when I see the shows with her in it, I always once again go back to a Family Guy skit where she's the star of a new show and she's married to an elephant, and they're going to dinner at her parents' house, and he doesn't want to go because her father's an ivory hunter. See, there's a lot of things going on there. Great cutaway gag. Great cutaway gag.
Top Gear Season 23
No.
is the next one.
No.
Matt says no. So forget I even ever said that.
Watch. If you're gonna watch any of them, watch the Grand Tour on Amazon. That's good.
The Grand Tour
Yeah.
on Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay. Matt
I
says
mean-
skip.
There's got to be something to it. I mean, Captain America and Joey are the hosts.
It's not
of the
Captain
23rd
America. It's another British guy named Chris Evans. It's not actually Chris
Oh.
Evans. And he's terrible.
Well,
Do not watch him.
Well, Captain Britain and Joey are the hosts, so
No, it's terrible.
Again, was it Grand Tour?
The Grand Tour on
The
Amazon.
Grand Tour.
It's freaking fabulous.
The Grand Tour on Amazon, you watch that. Matt says, do not watch Top Gear 23 unless you like hurting yourself.
That Chris Evans guy, he left at the end of that season.
He left.
Yeah.
Okay.
so now it's just Joey.
Now it's just Joey.
How you doing?
How you doing?
On side note, I totally just watched Lost in Space the other night.
So good.
Is it awesome?
Yes, forgot how much I love that movie. Oh, it's so bad, but it's good.
Okay, BC, tell the folks about Super Cool Nerd Show.
Super Cool Nerd Show every single Thursday night on YouTube.com.
Don't watch it.
Don't watch. Matt says don't watch it. Screw it. At least tune in for the first 5 minutes of the show because we do super cool nerd news. Well, I bring you all the news that we can think of for the week. As well, we go through an array of topics. Sometimes we have nerd confessionals where the Honorable Judge Jason, the abiding law citizen Judge Reinhold,
Too much.
tells you that you just did too much and you're not good. And all sort. There's the Punisher board, and Matt's always trying to keep us in gear and ready to go, and none of us ever listen. And then Rob's trying to kill all of us, and Chris is screwing up all the technical stuff. So check out the show. It's a lot of fun every single Thursday night on YouTube.com/SCNS Live at 8 o'clock Texas time.
Central, bro.
That's the one. I don't know time zones. Like, is that Cali time or is that New York time? Which one is that?
It's the middle of the country.
So is that Vegas time or Chicago time?
Chicago time.
Mountain time, I'm pretty sure.
There's a mountain.
Yeah. Big one.
Follow us on Twitter at SCNS Live and keep up with everything we have to do. Subscribe to the channel. We got a whole bunch of other videos and shows that you can check out. It really is pretty cool.
All right.
Super cool, bro.
So we have other parts of this show where I wanted to label this one channel surfing, where we talk about what was the top 3 shows you watched this week. The 3 shows you thought were the best this week, whether it's regular TV, cable, something streaming, or whatever.
Well, I'm gonna have to go. I only really have 2 that are really mine because I'm so well. I got 3 because Rebels. I'm really getting into Rebels. Season 1, Tarkin just showed up, and man, did it take a dark turn. Like the second he gets there, it's just like kid show, adult show, just like that. I was like,
He
oh,
just kind of walked in like, all right, that half of the room, kill them.
and it was pretty brutal how he killed some people too. And I was like, good Lord, okay. This is on Disney XD? Golly, kids are watching some crazy stuff these days. I don't have nightmares about it.
Well, XD is for older kids.
Mm-hmm. It's for teenagers.
Chopper.
I mean, I'm sure they didn't show people getting beheaded and stuff, did they?
Close enough. But my number 2 pick would be this week's Monday Night Raw, and I guess SmackDown because it was the Superstar shakeup. And despite what Matt says about it, I really enjoyed the shakeup. I thought it was a lot of fun, and it actually had me really intrigued with all the moves and things they did on that. But my number 1 thing would have to be the return of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. This whole what if storyline they're going on, where they're in the framework and we're seeing what had happened if Hydra had won the Winter Soldier. It's awesome, man. This is some cool, and Fitz as a bad guy is scary. Scary. So those would be my top 3 picks of the week.
I honestly don't have a top 3. Best show for me this week would have been Agents, even though I don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
Last time I watched Agents, Ghost Rider was there.
Yeah.
And then I come into this one, it's like, holy shit, what's going on? I'm watching, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop doing everything. And I actually sat there and watched the show.
It was really lacking for a little while as soon as Ghost Rider left, but this new storyline here is finally starting to pick it up. So I'm really intrigued by it.
Okay, all right. I mean, everything else, anything besides that, I guess I would have to say The Get Down.
It's bad. I haven't watched the first season.
First season, to me, was good, and I tell people I like to Get Down because I grew up in that period of time in New York City. So
yeah.
I'm watching it, and a lot of stuff in it is very familiar to me. So that's kind of what I liked about it. Plus, I mean, everything is... I don't really watch musical shows, but this one was good. And so was Gallivant, but well, that's another story. But yeah, it was good. The second season, it was good. Also, they kind of developed the other characters on the show, but Jaden Smith's character Dizzy,
Jaden Smith's in it?
yeah, his character has
Kind of a knock on the
no
show.
real reason to be in that show at all.
Kind of
as
like
far as I'm
Jaden Smith
concerned.
in real life.
Yep. He could be.
Such
They
potential.
could cut every single scene of his out of that show, and it would impact the show not one bit.
Such potential in that kid. And then just right down the crapper.
Yep. And then he started saying things like, "You don't got to go to school to be smart.
Yeah, you do.
All you got to do is travel the world." Okay.
Not true. Go to schools.
A kid-
Stay in school, kids.
A kid who has a freaking private tutor and whatever. But yeah, y'all stay dumb. I got a tutor. Anything else we want to talk about? Just fill it with
well,
whatever.
What about
you-
Doctor Who?
What about
Who?
Doctor Who?
You want to come on camera and talk about Doctor Who?
I would love to come on camera and talk about Doctor Who.
Okay, Matt wants to come on and talk about Doctor
Guys,
Who.
so Doctor Who starts back up on today, so Saturday, and yeah, dude, it's gonna be awesome. It's the last season with Stephen Moffat and the last season with Peter Capaldi. So by the Christmas special, we will have a new Doctor, which is gonna be awesome. I cannot wait. It's gonna be really good. We also get the introduction of Bill, who is the
science
new
guy?
companion in Doctor Who. So she's gonna be awesome. I cannot wait. It's a girl.
Bill?
Bill. Her name's Bill.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Girls could be named Bill, bro.
All right.
It's
Weird name for a girl.
2017, guys.
It's a weird name for a girl.
Let's be forward, all right?
Like,
Forward thinking.
I'd be okay with Billy.
Let's
but
get our
Bill-
thinking. See the thinking right here? Let's go forward with it. All right, let's not go backward. Let's go forward
Still,
with it.
still gonna tell you it's weird.
All right? But Doctor Who, it starts back up. Woo! That's going to be my #1 show out of the top 3 that he was talking about. So, yeah.
Well, on that note, we got our first premise for the Inhumans series.
Oh, did we?
Yes.
I've not seen anything about that.
Yeah, and it's just a short sentence, and it reads: After a military coup, the Inhuman royal family, the Inhuman royal escape to Hawaii, where they must save themselves and the world.
I had
One
found.
excuse to go to Hawaii.
I think it's very Adam Sandler-ish. I'm just like, and it kind of worries me because the same guy that's show running this, and I didn't think about this till the other day, but the same guy that is show running the Inhumans is the guy that show run Iron Fist. And that's the same guy that says, yo, you know this really mystical world of Kunlun? We're not going to show it. And now you got the royal family, you know their awesome city on the moon? You better freaking show it. Don't just have this thing set in Hawaii.
No, actually, I had seen some stills, pictures for regular people of this
These regular people don't know our talk.
This military base that they're going to be filming this thing, and I think it's an inactive volcano, or whatever. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's built inside of there, and that's where it looks like a huge crater almost because it's all filled in with grass and all that crap. And I mean, yeah, that's going to be their base, and they did show Lockjaw, or this humongous giant blue stand-in that's supposed to be Lockjaw out in the streets of, I think it was Oahu, where they were filming at the time. So, okay, yeah, I mean, I know they're the royal family. They did show some of the characters, or who they picked for the characters.
It's interesting. I just that worries me that what I can't think of his damn name now, but the showrunner dude. Because I want to see, you have an opportunity to really show that their city on the dark side of the moon, and it could be really cool. And they just set this in Hawaii the whole time. That could be disappointing.
Well,
this is the first thing to come out to make me go about it. All the casting's been great, and this kind of makes me reel it back just a little.
Well, they did start here on Earth and were moved to the moon later on.
Yeah. So maybe that's what they're working on.
Yeah, that might be what's happening. Plus, I mean, the guy running the show might say, okay, so we want to put them on the moon and blah, 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 blah. That's going to cost us $800 million. How much is that on our budget? $200 million. Okay, so we're going to go to Hawaii.
But I mean, this is the first of its kind because it's a joint effort with IMAX. You know, to bring it. So we're going to get those first 2 episodes in IMAX, and then the rest of it will be on ABC. So that's it's really interesting to see what they're doing here. This is something that's kind of groundbreaking for television. So I'm excited to see where they go with. The producer's name is Scott Buck. That's the guy who did Iron Fist and is now doing this one. So I just hope it works out. What?
Iron Fist wasn't great.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why he's worried.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I was worried, because he's the guy that did not show us Kung Lung or a dragon.
We got eyes.
That ended up just being lights on top of a building.
Yep.
But anyway, we'll have to wait and see. We have a while till we get to that. That's toward the end of this year, if I'm not mistaken, September or whatnot. So we'll wait and see.
Okay, yeah.
What else do you got, Rob?
Okay, so I just want to talk about a little bit about this show, or about how we watch TV. Now, BC and I are both cord cutters. Mm-hmm. We get out basically Hulu, Netflix, Amazon, anything online. I have an account with Time Warner from the missus, so I'm able to watch certain shows, channels as far as Sci-Fi, AMC, and HBO Go, and so on. So I can just log in. There's an account created under my name, so I can just go in and blah, blah, watch stuff that way. So a lot of stuff I watch is actually the day after. Of course, I do have the TV with the antenna, the HDTV with the antenna. So I've got to be home to watch my TV shows. I've got no DVR thing or whatever, even though there are some out there. I did buy one, but it's kind of wonky the way it works, so I just stopped using it.
I watch everything on Hulu. If it's not on Hulu, I can't really watch it. I'm currently watching Rebels on Amazon. I've got Netflix. I've got the WWE Network to watch whatever I need to for wrestling and all that stuff. The reason I got rid of cable is I'm never home that often. I got the laptop and the phone and everything, so I can watch it on the go wherever I am, so there's no point for me to actually have cable at the house. So
Just same thing for me. I mean, it's freaking expensive.
Yeah.
And even right now, just having internet is expensive because they know, everyone's cutting the cord, raise the price on this one.
Yeah.
So, of course, Matt is the one that has DirecTV because Matt likes sports. Matt really likes sports.
I don't care who knows.
see, but my thing is,
I'm a man, damn it.
if there's a major sport event that I need to watch, I'm normally at a bar to watch it.
Yeah.
So that's where I was like, whatever, I'll be fine without it. And thanks to me being a T-Mobile customer, I got the MLB network for free on my phone.
Okay.
Yeah, outside of the Rangers, are you really going to watch anything else?
I'm probably not going to watch the Rangers.
I'm not watching Major League.
I personally love satellite. I
Yankees.
totally agree with the concept of cutting the cord. I get it. Like, it makes total sense. And honestly, there are times where I felt like I should do the same. But the perks for having DirecTV is that at least, I can watch certain shows that aren't online, or at least, with my computer that, maybe isn't as good as like a desktop computer, I can, just stream it on my own TV rather than watching it, I don't know, pixelated and messy on my laptop.
Yeah.
So I personally love it. Yeah, the price sucks though, but at least DirecTV has always had a good relationship with me as far as giving me promotional offers and discounts, so it drops it a little bit and it doesn't get too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. That's my 2 cents on it.
So yeah, okay. We're probably going to go more into all your options in another episode as far as things like PlayStation View, YouTube TV, Sling, and all those other things they have out there that they can give you to watch TV, the cost, and you've already got what you got. If you want to change, we can give you some info. If you don't want to change, don't.
Do what you do.
We're not getting paid by these companies to tell you this stuff. We're just telling you because, we
However,
like to tell you.
However, if these companies want to pay us, we're totally willing to tell people to use your product. Sponsorship. How you doing?
Right. We will totally do this.
I will whore myself out. Not with a horse.
Not God. On that note, thank you for watching Channel Control. We hope to give you more episodes. It will be a weekly thing.
Are we
what's up?
going to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta?
If you want to next week, we can talk about Real
Oh,
Housewives
girl,
of
it's
Atlanta.
getting crazy. We have the reunion coming up.
Oh, Matt's all happy. See,
Hell yeah.
Matt went and married him a black woman, and now he think he's black.
Dude, straight up. I didn't know we were serving this tea.
Oh, yeah. So
I learned what thirsty meant, by the way. I didn't know what that meant before.
that is Matt. You can find him on Twitter at Move the Joystick BC.
At Real Jackass BC, RealJCKASSBC on all social medias.
I am Rob Entropy. You can find me on Entropy1 on Twitter and Entropy on Instagram. This will end up on a new channel called Channel Control TV on YouTube. There will be a Twitter page that I'm still working on, so everything will be out later. But like I said, yeah, every week we'll try to get this show out. We will do breaks because there's not always stuff on TV, especially during the summer. And luckily for us, we're starting when we're getting real close to that break, in that 2-month break in TV. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Channel Control.